I suppose this is about justice, or maybe the lack of it. I used to park my car in the driveway behind the house, and over a long period of time, someone would come in the night, get in the car, pull out the ashtray, open the glove compartment, looking for something to steal, and leaving the interior in some disarray, the door ajar, so that it would be clear to me that someone had been in the car. Steal my peace of mind, as it were. Nothing was ever taken because there was nothing of value in the car to steal. This would happen 3 or 4 times a year. On one occasion, I got fed up with my visitor, and I decided to report him to the police. Who knows, maybe one night they might drive by and see a suspicious character walking along the street. And I felt that anyone, a thief who would break in the car, might one day be emboldened and enter the house. So I went over to the nearest district office. There was a young woman behind the very thick plate glass with an opening through which a person like me might speak. The young woman, dressed informally, didn't look like a police officer to me. She asked if she could help me. I said I hoped she could. I said, I want to report that someone is periodically breaking into my car at night, parked in the driveway. Nothing had been stolen, but a thief was on the prowl making regular rounds. She said, was your car locked? I said, no. She said, sir, you should lock your car. We advise everyone to keep their vehicles locked at all times. Okay, I said. For me, this was beside the point. I understand, I said, but I did not lock the car because I didn't want anyone to smash a window or break into it. Lock your car, sir, she said. Okay, fine, I said, but could you also make a note, put it on your record, that there is an active thief at work on my street? If you lock your car, you won't have anything to worry about, sir. Let's say I lock my car, okay? The car is locked. The thief is still there, right? I'd like to report that, and I'd like you to make a note of it. My address, thief. And I want you to lock your car. I looked at her. I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere. I said, thank you very much, and I left. Last night on TV I watched a report about these soldiers in Afghanistan. They were in a firefight at night outside of town in the desert with Taliban soldiers. They were caught in the open trying to conceal themselves in the slight depressions in the sand. They had infrared lights on their helmets and goggles that enabled them to see the lights, so they would not shoot their own men. The leader of the squad called for air support. The Taliban soldiers were in a superior position, and he and his men were pinned down, taking heavy fire for over 20 minutes. A bomber was sent. The men on the ground thought the bomber could see their lights, but that was not the case. Confusion reigned, the shooting continued, and the plane dropped 2 500-pound bombs, killing 5 Americans. A general wrote up a report on the incident, placing the blame on the leader of the American ground forces. There were 3 men on the show. They had all left the military, former Green Berets, living with that report that they were responsible for the deaths of their fellow soldiers. I realized that this was exactly like me and the receptionist at the cop house. I wanted to report a thief, and she was telling me to lock my car. The soldiers wanted to survive, and a plane was sent that not only could not help them, but was inevitably going to kill them. And I thought, if I were the president, I would go on television the next morning and say, I saw that report last night about those soldiers in Afghanistan, and I'm going to fire that general for conduct unbecoming an officer, and I'm going to award medals to those soldiers, the living and the dead, for service to their country and courage under fire. I want them to know that they have their nation's gratitude, and please remember to lock your cars. Thank you.